My friends, today I would like to discuss with you Honkai Star Rail, specifically the Hunt and Preservation Path character designs. So, by the way, there's only 4 preservation characters in the game because they really peaked when they made Aventurine, and then until a week ago, they were like, alright, we did it, job's done. But now we've got 1 more. Now we got 4. There were 3 for a real long time. So, we're going to look at the designs, talk about what we like, what we don't like, and if we have any suggestions to improve it, we will offer it, and then we will put them into the list, the ongoing project. So, let's get started. Alright, starting with the preservation, we've got Gepard. Now, Gepard, I think, is just a straight upgrade over Argenti, because he's doing the Paladin Knight thing, but he's doing it without feeling so married to wearing full plate. Like, Gepard is a character, when I think about him from memory, I always think of him as being very heavily armored, but he actually has like 2 pieces of armor on his entire body, the gauntlet and the chest plate, and then there's no other armor on him. But I remember him being armored because he sells Paladin quite hard, despite not being heavily armored. Which goes to show Argenti didn't need to be so armored. He could have had a more fashion outfit. But why does Gepard sell Paladin and Knight despite wearing so little armor? Well, first off, his color scheme helps because he's got traditional Paladin Knight colors, blue, gold, white. Then there's a sprinkling of the hardware in there to put you in the frame of mind. And he's wearing bulky clothing because he's from a cold planet, so he's wearing like heavy weather gear, which just naturally makes you look sort of chunky and square. Also, it's styled in such a way that has elements reminiscent of armor, even when the armor is absent. Like this 3-layered ruffle thing on the right shoulder, and then this piece of fur over the left shoulder. They looked like 2 styles of pauldrons. Despite the fact they're made of fabric, they're fashioned in like a way you might see a pauldron. Like this one, more straightforwardly, whereas this is a little bit more fantasy. So he looks like a paladin, or at least just a knight, despite only wearing 2 pieces of metal on his entire body. Well, discounting the gold, but that's not exactly the same kind of metal. You know what I mean? So he looks great. I like Gepard's design a lot. I used to not, but he's grown on me a lot since then. The color scheme is great, and I love paladins also, so his design appeals to me. But I love the color scheme. It's great. I really like this belt in particular, this like furred belt with the gold clasps on it. We got a nice mix of materials because we got the fabric and then also the furred elements and the hardware in there. Very nice layering also with the blue shirt, white shirt, jacket, metal belt. Got a lot of layering, even these 2 blue straps going over as well. He's got those big, broad shoulders, makes him look important. The half cape makes him look more authoritative and gives him an interesting silhouette, especially with like all these spiked elements on the right side as well. Also a big fan of the incorporation of just some giant chunks of ice into the character design. Like, hell yeah, man, why not? He's a nice character. He can have it. The only thing I'm not crazy about is, like, this fur, this, like, tail that he's just got, like, stapled to his hip. I'm not crazy about that, but it's fine. But it's good. I think he could maybe stand to have some slightly more armored-looking boots. I think they are meant to be metal, because they're very shiny. But at the same time, they might just be leather. It's a little up in the air. They're shaded like they're metallic, but they could have just overdone the shine on leather, because there is like give, it looks like, as well. So I think the boots could stand to just be like greaves. And I would get rid of this tail thing here, but other than that, I think Gepard looks great. His hair is a little desaturated. I think you could make him more of like a blondie, and he would be a little bit more interesting as well. Just the sort of, it looks like the head, it kind of looks like you took the head and just desaturated it. So I'm also not crazy about that. But his overall design, I do like a lot. Cat started bothering me. So yeah, I think Gepard's design is good. I have just enough quibbles that I don't want to put him in S, but I do think that he's an high A tier. I like paladins. He's a paladin. I like it. He can stay. He looks good. Bushwan. So, she is a little too close to a little girl-like design for my tastes. Like, she's not a full-on little girl, but she's getting very close to it, and I don't like the little girl designs. But I do like some elements of her design. These hair decorations, very good. This neck piece is obviously the big statement piece of the outfit with the stars in there, the constellations. I do like how this constellation motif is repeated all throughout the outfit, because we've got it repeated on the patterning on this black part of the dress, and you have it on even the stockings with these gold elements. The gold on the stockings gets lost a bit, because it's like a very light white, or a very light gold on these white stockings. So you lose a little bit of that. I think the color scheming could have been a bit better for that. But I still like the vibe of it. Then we've got some nice like dragon constellation motifs in the back as well, here as well. So the constellations, very good. We repeat that all throughout, because she's the head of the divination commission, so, you know, we're divining from the stars. It's all very good, very good. And I do like the jewel on the forehead. I like the one earring. But then I start running out of nice things to say. The color scheme's good also. I like a pink and purple color scheme. But she's got, like, she looks like a Genshin character to me, basically. Like, she looks quite plain, apart from this constellation motif and the hair area. Because she's wearing the middle female dress. You know, that structure we've seen a lot before. It's a little bit more interesting because she's got these two big tail elements in the back. I do like that the inside of the dress is a darker purple, because that makes her legs pop out more against the dress. If those were a lighter shade, you would kind of lose the legs in the dress, but that doesn't happen, so that's good. I also like the star, or the sort of night sky vibe in some of this as well. But it's a little plain. It's a nice dress. Like, I would like to wear it, but really not doing much to push the look overall. Like, when I see this structure for dress, I'm really hoping to see something innovative in there, something that pushes the vibe a little bit harder. And Fushwan's really just not doing that. She's got nice patterning, and I like the star constellation motif overall. The necklace is great, the hair is great. But then everything else is just pretty mid. Very seen it before. Not doing anything to push the envelope. And does just kind of look like a Genshin character. Really doesn't sell the setting for me. Not sci-fi enough. I think she's better than those two, but she's definitely only a C for me. I'm not crazy about her. Dan Heng. Now, the cool thing about Dan Heng is that he's in this game 3 times as 3 different units. And every time he got a new unit, his design looked a little bit better. This is his newest unit. This is peak Dan Heng right now. We'll see weakest Dan Heng later in Hunt. So, I think he looks great. The tail, I like a lot. This is a very cool dragon tail with these spiked elements and this, like, hook motif kind of thing at the bottom there. That's great. The jacket with the big old dragon eye in there, and these, like, almost kind of looks like jade metal bits. Very cool as well. I like the bodysuit boot shirt thing that he's got going on underneath as well. I like that. I like the asymmetric way he's got the jacket on. Well, like, actually, there just is no right side to this jacket. We've just got, like, a bit of fabric in here, but the jacket doesn't look like it has a right side at all. Either way, I like that. This belt, very strong belt. The double belt, even. But that's a chunky, interesting design on that belt buckle there. The gauntlet, I love the gauntlet. Even this one is also good, but a little bit more plain. This one, hell yeah, man. Now that's a sick gauntlet. Much like Jing Yuan, he's also got a door knocker on him, I guess in case you need to wake him up in case he's eepy. The boots, also quite nice despite being a little bit on the plain side. Got just kind of enough interesting stuff going on in there. I do like that this jacket has been designed with a tail in mind. Sometimes with characters that have a tail, it can feel a lot like the outfit doesn't really properly account for the fact the character has a tail. Not the case with this one. Like, sometimes you'll see maybe just, like, a little bit of an indication that there could be a hole there, but it's like, no, this has, like, design stuff around where the tail comes through. So that's nice. I would maybe like to see more of this gold kind of rimming the entire part of the tail, just to kind of emphasize it a bit more, but it's fine. And we've got some nice detailing. I like the detailing on the bodysuit jacket as well. More subtle because it's mostly black with just a little bit gold in there. But I like that this isn't just a plain black bodysuit or shirt. It's broken up a little bit with these other shades of black and the gold as well, so that's cool. I like how this zipper almost looks like it kind of weaves into the jacket as well. And then we've just got some very nice patterning. Like, the jacket itself is not doing anything crazy, but we've got just enough patterning on it that it looks not too plain. Like, this isn't just plain white, right? We've got just some stuff in there breaking it up a little bit. I really like the gauntlet. I kind of wish the gauntlet's fingers looked a little bit sharper, like they were more claw-like than they are. And they kind of are, but I wish they were more like full-on claw kind of things. But it looks good by itself. So, and then, you know, these little horns that almost look like laurels. Very nice, very royal looking. I also like his earring. The sort of elongated one that kind of hugs his elf ear. Much like how I like when the animal elements have kind of an accessory on them. I like when characters with unusual anatomy have accessories that kind of shape to it. So, long ear, we've got a long earring. I like stuff like that as well. I also quite like his eyes with this yellow in the middle. And he's got Scar's makeup, so that's obviously nice as well. Like that. So yeah, he's good. I don't think he's pushing the look hard enough to get a full S. Because he's just not kind of really that character. But a very solid, put-together look. I do like him. Now there's my boy, Aventurine. He's my favorite character in Star Rail. I like him a lot. So Aventurine, straight up, is just a JoJo's character. He's even got the heart on the chest. Like, he's a JoJo's character, okay? And then his, like, transformed form would be his stand, you know? I think he would fit right in with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, a very solid look. I like it. He's a gambler, and I think you get that because he's got the roulette wheel on the back. He's got a poker chip on his belt. I was looking at my cat, so I wondered what the fuck that was. Actually, is that about... On reflection, this might actually just be a roulette wheel as well. I've always thought this was a poker chip, but it also could be a roulette wheel. Either way, you know, we've got that. And then we've got the card motifs. Spades, hearts, you know, all that repeated. Even in here, we've got clubs and diamonds on the pants as well. So, you get Gambler pretty much immediately. And you also get money. Like, he's a very money-looking character. This is a very opulent outfit with the fur element, the jewelry. Anytime you give a character a watch, especially a gold watch, that immediately makes them look like they have quite a lot of money. Like, a gold watch is just one of those kind of accessories that makes a character look wealthy. I think he should have more rings. He's got few rings, but I think he should have more rings. I think, like, 12 rings would go hard on this character. He's got... Remember how Jade had, like, that kind of element on her design that made it look like she had, like, facets of a jewel on there? Aventurine's is the most subtle out of the people from that organization, because it's basically in, like, this element right here, and a little bit with this, where these kind of look like facets on a gem as well, but it's more subtle on him than it is on Topaz or Jade. But, like, this whole body region, like, the pants are a little plain, basically just being white slacks, though he does at least have another roulette wheel on there as well. Shoes are cool. I like the shoes. Pants are a little plain overall, though. But, like, this whole body region, like this... I love this shade of green that they have chosen for his outfit. It's very nice. I like the earring. This, like, feathered earring he's got here as well. His eyes are very fun. I like this color scheme for his eyes. He's also got a little tattoo there, which is not one he got willingly, but we like a tattoo regardless. So, he looks good. And then with these, like, kind of funky tail elements on the jacket, he's got a nice silhouette. I think maybe the roulette wheel just on the back is maybe a little tacky, but he's a tacky character, you know? Like, that's how he is. I fucking hated Aventurine when I first met him, but then halfway through Penacony, I was like, oh no, he might be my favorite character, actually. And now he is. But, anyway, so, very cool. I like him a lot. Also, we got a club back here on the back as well. And then just like this, he almost looks like he's got peacock feathers on the back of the jacket. Right? Like, these remind me of peacock feathers. And he, as a character, is kind of a peacock. So, that's also very good. I think basically he just needs more jewelry. Like, more rings and stuff. Like a big gold necklace or a chain maybe as well. I think he just needs some more jewelry. The fact that this isn't actually a pocket watch, it doesn't look like, also kind of bothers me. And I get it would be redundant to have a pocket watch and a wristwatch. But let's be honest, he's not checking the time on that fucking thing anyway. So you might as well also have a pocket watch, right? That's one of those other traditionally very wealthy items. My complaint is largely that he doesn't have enough jewelry. But I also don't like his hair, for the same reason that I didn't really like Gepard's, where it kind of looks like you took his head and turned the saturation down. The hair color is a bit dull for me. But other than that, I have no major complaints about Aventurine. I think he looks great. Also, the rolled up sleeves, because he's wearing like a pretty like business-like mogul outfit, but then he's got the sleeves rolled up, which kind of shows that he's a little bit more laid back at the same time, you know? Good design. I like it. This might just be personal bias that I do like Aventurine a lot, but, you know, he's coming up here. I like him more than you, and you. I don't like him more than you guys, though. Great design. Sells the gambler fantasy very hard. Very wealthy, opulent character. It's hard to fuck up a guy in a suit, you know? It's hard to fuck it up. They didn't fuck it up. Archer. Now. Archer, I think, is basically always an extremely boring character, both personality-wise and design. And I have the same opinion about Saber when we get to her in a different video. They are both real snoozers to me. In basically everything they show up in, this is no exception. He is a dull, boring man, okay? So, anyway. Red jacket, timeless look, looks great. You know, you can't really fuck up a long red jacket, but these holes along the bottom of the jacket, in combination with the studs on the boot, kind of imply you can buckle the jacket to the boots. Right? Like, these holes, these studs, like, they look like they are meant to be put together. Even though there's one less row on the jacket. You know? That's a little weird. The 3 belts on the one leg also is kind of just like, man, I don't really know what to do to spice up this character design. Let's just slap some straps on there, you know? I do like the boots, generally, even if in combination with the jacket they seem a little weird. I like this really heavy metal heel and this kind of metal embroidery. Embroidery is not the right word. Filigree running along it. And I do like the kind of carbon fiber mesh that the body piece has. These studs on the jacket are quite nice. I like these like tasseled elements here. You know, that's all very cool and all. But man, he do just be a guy in a red jacket with a bodysuit and black pants. And like, you know, it looks positively acceptable. And I get it. They couldn't do much with his design because he needs to look like Archer. He's a crossover character. I get it. But Archer has a boring design. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's true. Saber also has a boring design. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. I honestly have not much to say about him because I think he's just very mid. And there wasn't much they could do to spice him up. Like, what do you really do to spice Archer up? This is it. This is what he looks like. And he did have to look like that. He's got, like, some kind of interesting patterning on the jacket. You know, this gold stuff here is all very nice and all that. I like these bits here. There's a little bit extra in there. And a red jacket just generally looks pretty good. The boots are nice. He's Archer. And Archer is a snoozer. Shushan? I have no idea. It's something. So, we have the Genshin dress once again. So we must hopefully do something to spice the outfit up a little bit. The color combination is exquisite. The purple complements the yellow very nicely, and then the gold and the white, white, and black, all very good. An excellent combination of colors. We love it. I like these asymmetric boots. And I like the starter element. There's just a little bit extra in here, breaking up these otherwise very bare legs. We have a little bit of layering. I like this gold motif running along her stomach here with the dangling element. The garter element is very nice as well, just to give a little bit of squish. She has a decent silhouette with the big hair and then the bits coming off of her, the sleeves as well. I do like this whole back region with this like hood, cape, tail thing she's got going on. It gives a lot of drama and movement to the outfit. And then I start running out of good things to say, because this is the Genshin dress design. I like that it's not quite a full-on dress because this black part is almost more like a jacket that has a cutout in the chest. So, you know, it's not a full traditional, just straight up and down dress. The white bit kind of looks like it is, but the black being more of a jacket kind of helps break that up a little bit. And this gold detailing is nice. I like the ribbon that she's got around her neck. The bells in the ear are cool and all, but really not pushing this dress very hard. I feel like this kind of pattern that she's got running along the bottom of the dress should be in gold or yellow. Like, the fact that it's just a black outline for this shape, I think is a little disappointing. I think that that would look better filled in. And then... what else do I say? I like how many colors are in her shoes. Black, yellow and black. White, yellow and black. Well, I quite like that. That's kind of nice. The yellow is repeated all throughout the outfit, which is a good fashion thing. It makes you scan the full scope of the outfit when you've got this hint of color that goes all the way down. Yeah, man. She looks like a Genshin character. She looks like the medium body Genshin female characters. Doesn't even really sell her, like, planet region very hard to me. Because she's, like, from Space China, right? Like, it doesn't even really sell me on that very hard. Like, I see it, but it's not very present. It's just... it's lacking, you know? It's just lacking that sort of fashion twist that I want to see on this very standard cookie cutter dress that you see on so many Hoyoverse female characters. They just don't push this shape and structure very hard. Like, really ever. And it just gets very repetitive. And she is no exception to that rule. She is just kind of repetitive. And looks like a Genshin character. Really, really not selling me on the setting very hard. Oh, but now Fei Xiao. That's cinema. Right there. Fei Xiao has an excellent design. And I have nothing to complain about. So, first off, really like her eyes, because the way they're shaded makes them look like jewels. I like that a lot. She's also got the scar and makeup. We've got animal element with accessories in it. We love to see it. The one earring. We like to do the one earring around here, and more piercings over here. She is doing that thing where you have a pop of color. Like, we have this very vivid red sprinkled throughout the outfit, even down here in the boot on the inside. Makes you scan the whole outfit. This is a beautiful color for the body piece, and this blue on the dress or the skirt element. Also an exquisite shade. Very nice patterning. I like that it's reflective, but not too reflective. Very good. This belt, very good belt. Strong, big, hardy. I like the asymmetrical gloves. This, like, jade gold tassel element right here. Very nice, very good. We've got a little gradient in the hair. Very nice patterning on the jacket itself. And then more of this thing at the front, also just peeking out the back. Very cool boots. Not a character that should probably be wearing high heels, but, you know, it is what it is. We've got some straps on the legs. The legs, you know, not very bare. Tall boots, belts. This one side's covered up. Got some nice cutouts on the sides here as well. The jacket itself is very strong. She's got those broad shoulders that make her look powerful and important. I kind of wish she was wearing the jacket like a cape. But that's maybe just a personal bias thing. I just like when people wear the jacket like it's a cape. I always like that on the design. The fact she's wearing it is fine, because this is just a nice jacket in general. This whole, like, gold motif on the one side. Great. Awesome. We love it. Lots of asymmetry in her design. I like asymmetry in the design as well. It just makes them look very dynamic. When a character is asymmetrical, it makes them look more dynamic. When a character is very symmetrical, it makes them look very orderly and sort of boring. Like, say, Zhongli from Genshin, right? He's wearing a very symmetrical, straight, rigid outfit because he's Geo, and then he's the Archon of Liyue, so he's like the deals and contracts guy. Makes them look very serious and businesslike when they're symmetrical. So when they're asymmetrical, it makes them look a lot more sort of free-spirited, a lot more, like, energetic. Other similar buzzwords to describe a person. It's very good. I like it a lot. Fei Xiao is cinema. Also, one last thing. Love how fluffy the ears are. Very nice. No complaints. Fei Xiao is cinema. Do I like her more than Herda? It's pretty close. I think I do, but I think if you asked me tomorrow, I might give you a different answer. It's very close. Fei Xiao, it's cinema. Excellent. Top to bottom. No complaints. No notes. Yan Qing. Very disappointing character for me. Just kind of a snoozer. So I keep saying that the hair looks like they just turned the saturation down. Spud, you're a little in the way of the camera there, my son. I keep saying they look like they've had the saturation on their hair turned down. I think he looks like he's had his entire body's saturation turned down. This shade that they have chosen for the majority of his design is so boring. This, like, gray blue is so dull. I like these pops of pink that he's got in the design and, like, red. But, like, the core color of his design is so boring because it's this dull gray blue and then white. It's a very hollow feeling character because of that. And, like, I do like some of the stuff. We've got the flute as a fashion accessory, which is cool. I like this little pouch with the pop of pink. I like these kind of bird motifs that he's got in here, like this belt. This is a very fun belt. And then he's got it up here as well with these three birds. So that's all cool and all. And he has an interesting silhouette in the back because of the slightly unusual cut in this jacket. Man, the color scheme really kills me. His hair is also quite dull. I feel like he needs a hair accessory of some description. I'm not particularly picky on what it is. I just think he needs something up there. But, we've got some nice layering as well. The belt work in general is good. I mean, with a belt like that, it would be hard for the belt to be bad. I like these kind of bells that he's got as well. This, like, coordinated kind of bell thing as well. Very, musical, like, I guess they're like wind chimes as well. So very, flute, bird, wind chimes. Very, very wind-themed character. Man, it's really the color scheme. Like, we gotta pick a different color here. We gotta crank the saturation on this guy's jacket. It's so boring. Even, like, the pink is not as saturated as I think it should be. I like the idea of this pop of pink against the kind of duller color, but, like, the pink's not saturated enough either. And then you get, like, this purple, like, a little bit down here. That's also not saturated enough, man. I like saturated colors, though, so maybe this is a me problem. Man, what a dull color scheme. disregarding the color scheme, it's also just a little basic, right? Like, he's not doing anything to push this outfit. Like, this is a pretty plain shirt. It's got some nice coloring and detailing, but it's pretty plain. The jacket, a little bit of a cloud motif, but then that's kind of it. The rest of it is just so dull. Like, even in the back, you get a little bit of this swooshy pattern, but, like, it feels very empty in a lot of places, right? Like, it's just, like, feels like such an empty design. Like, it kind of feels like whoever was designing him just kind of stopped halfway through. This guy needed, like, a couple more passes, I think, and I want to like him, but he's just so dull. So monotone and empty and hollow, and, like, you've got seeds of an idea in here, but then everything around this good idea is so disappointing that, like, you don't even get anything out of it. Like, this belt, like, these birds on him, and the wind chimes and all that, that's very cool and all. But everything else is just boring. Real snoozer. Very disappointing character. Doesn't go in D, but does go very low in C. Because I do at least like some of the ideas in here, but man, really just not doing anything exciting. So now we have based on Hung. And here he is at his weakest, least fashionable. And the thing is with Don Hung is that he's one of those characters like Weiss from ZZZ, where he is just not a character that you would expect to be going very hard on his fashion. And he kind of isn't. This is a very sort of basic outfit. You know, it's a little design in the back, but you could almost imagine someone wearing something similar to this, right? Like, the core of the outfit is very grounded in reality, and then the jacket is like the fantastical element. So, I like the earring. That's cool. And the other earring, got two different kinds of earrings. I still like his shirt bodysuit thing, because it's not the same, but it's retained kind of that core. It's just a little less designed than the other one was. The layering around the belt here is very cool and interesting, with this kind of garment tucked halfway in there. This pauldron's quite nice. I like the back. The back is almost more interesting than the front. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here with this bit coming off the hood, and then the writing and all that. Like, back's very cool. I like the gauntlet asymmetry on the one design over there. This is a character that should maybe be a bit more symmetrical than he actually is, because he is kind of an ordered, structurally kind of guy. So he's maybe a little more asymmetrical than he should be. But it's not, inherently a bad thing. I still like the more asymmetric designs. I think his silhouette is quite boring because the cut on this jacket makes him look very straight up and straight down. Right? Like, just like his silhouette. The jacket needs to be, like, more cinched in the waist, because it really gives him just a real straight up, straight down rectangle look in the silhouette department. And, like, even the sleeve is boring as well. So then he's just very, you know? You know what means, right? He's like that. So his silhouette is quite poor. So I for the character, this is more or less what you would expect. But what I would do is I would just cinch the waist more, so that he isn't so straight up and straight down. And I would make him, I think, more symmetrical. I think I would do this over there, or just keep this design over here, over there on the other shoulder. This thing in the middle can stay, but I think he should be a pretty symmetrical looking character, in my opinion. And he's got quite a lot of asymmetrical elements. I think I would also put this over there as well, but just keep it covered up by the sleeve. But I would put the gauntlet on that side as well. Yeah, you know, he's fine. No major complaints. He just has that kind of problem where he is like a pretty straightforward character who you don't necessarily expect a lot of accessorizing and fashion from, and you don't really get that. So it's like, you know, the character is what the character is. It's just that doesn't necessarily lend itself to the most fashionable design imaginable. Sea Lion. So this design is very visually busy. There's a lot going on with this design in this middle region, with all of these very sharp angles and this wide range of colors that's going on in here. This is a very busy character design. I really like this ribbon that's tied around the sleeve. It's a very strong pop of color, and then it gives her a nice silhouette, and also it just gives her a lot of drama and movement because of this long flowing element. And I do like the color scheme. You definitely can't say she's too saturated. I think my problem here is that, like, all this stuff going on in the middle, all of these, like, hard angles and everything, in combination with this, like, range of color, is just a little visually overstimulating. Like, my eye kind of bounces all over her midsection, not really sure at a glance where everything is, because there's so many parts. Right? Like, all of it kind of melds together a little bit. I really like this garter element that she's got on the leg as well. And then we've got a little bit of asymmetry in the boots. This leg is very bare, but we've got an asymmetric thing going on here. Which, you know, she's a pretty dynamic character, so we do want some asymmetrical elements in here. Really like this scarf as well. And I've said that I think that this region's visually busy with the shapes and the colors, but I do like the color scheme. I like this pop of, like, scarlet red against the dark blues and purples. Or, like, not dark, but, like, deep blues and purples in here. I like that she has this bright under highlight as well. It's kind of the same color as her hair, just more saturated and lighter. But I like under highlights in general. This glove, this gauntlet glove thing, is pretty cool. I like that. I like this rope over here as well. My big complaint is that I don't like her pants. But I never like this style of pants in general. I just don't like it. I kind of just wish she was just wearing the leotard instead. Like, I just don't like these pants. I don't like hot pants. They're just... I don't know. I don't know why exactly. I just don't particularly like them. I would prefer if she was, like, wearing maybe just slightly longer shorts, or just, like, the leotard that she's got on by the look of it. Like, that would also just be fine, I think. I don't like the pants. You would probably want to bulk the leotard up a little bit if you took the pants off, but, like, you know, kind of extend it a little bit more down the thighs and stuff, rather than being so, you know, angularly in towards the crotch. So you'd probably want to balloon that out into a little bit more of like a bodysuit, like a cat suit. But I just don't like these pants. What else do I have to say about this? I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I don't really have any major complaints. I think these like hard angles, this whole region needs to be toned down a little bit. Put a little bit more structure in here, because this is very messy. Either put a little less color around the central area, or take some of these, like, hard angles out. And it's visually striking, no doubt, but it's a bit much. I do like this butterfly that's kind of hidden in the middle here as well. That's nice. It does maybe feel like she should have more butterfly imagery in there. Got a little bit of it with this shape is a little bit butterfly-esque for me. Maybe should have more of that in there, but generally a good design. Just a bit loud also. But I like loud character designs, so that's not necessarily a negative for me. She's definitely the highest one here. That's not necessarily a negative for me, but I think that this is a little uneconomical with, like, the visuals. Like, just a little too much. Topaz and Numby. Now, I'll say it. If we were just talking about Numby, Mr. Numbles, Numblington here, if we were just talking about them, that would be an easy S. But Numbleworth comes with a side character, so we have to account for the side character as well in Numby's design. You know, it's a little like how Mavwika has the bike, so you have to account for the bike in the design. You have to account for Numby's accessory also. So, Topaz. Under highlights, we love it. We love under highlights, and there's one highlight here as well. Her eyes, I also find quite fun. It's like deep purple with everything else. Very nice. I also like that her little topaz thing here, very front and center. And we've got that gem facet thing going on as well with all of the red elements, basically, except for this one ribbon. But basically everything else has got that design that I very much like. And I like these boots, especially with a bit of asymmetry. Now, what I absolutely fucking hate, though, is this stupid bodysuit thing. Like, just... This looks so strange. Like, because there's, like, I kind of wanted something similar on Sea Light, but she's got more going on in this region. It just feels like she ran out of money for the rest of the outfit. Like, this feels incomplete. Where is the rest of her bodysuit? Like, where is it? I don't think she should she should have something that cuts off on the thigh. This should run all the way down her leg. Like, it just stops so abruptly. You can't see, I'm gesturing wildly at my monitor right now. Like, why do her pants? Why does the bodysuit end right there? It looks so weird. Like, the 3D printer just ran out of ink. I hate it. This should run all the way down her leg. It drives me crazy that it doesn't. I can't stand it. Also, she's got like her little Walmart thing on the back here, because she's like, you know, a debt collector kind of deal. Like, oh my god, the legs absolutely kill me. And I want something similar on Sea Light, but like Sea Light has got more going on in this region, so it wouldn't look quite so half-finished. She looks like she's wearing half of her uniform. It's... hate it. I do like this, like, garter element around the leg. That's nice. I like that. I like the white shirt thing here. This is very nice. The hair, the whole head region, great. This, like, hair clip maybe should be a different color, because it does get lost against her hair. But that's a fairly minor complaint. She's also got the little, like, CIA earpiece. That's cool and all. I also don't particularly care for these studs right here. I guess it, like, just breaks up the blank space that would be here otherwise. But I don't know, maybe put just some detailing in here. Put like a second belt that goes diagonally or something. Like these studs also kind of bother me right here. Just a bit of a weird choice to break up the space. Like, man, and like she kind of gives like military uniform. If you look at just like the top half and then like the stuff in the back, she gives like a military uniform kind of thing. She gives a little like envoy kind of sort of feeling, you know? But like the legs. Why are they like that? Like I am irrationally angry about this, and I'm telling you that the legs alone drag her rating down 2 entire points for me. I hate them. I hate the legs. Everything else is pretty fine, honestly, and there's some stuff in there I really like. Like, I really do like this, like, gem facet stuff in the red. I really like her hair. Under highlights are fucking sick. The color scheme's good. I like the topaz decoration on the lapel. That's all very nice. And Numby is obviously S tier. But the legs. Finish 3D printing the legs. I hate the legs. March 7th. Hunt variation. So, this is the Genshin dress, first off. This one's a little more interesting than your standard fare, because we've got a lot of stuff kind of going on in the dress, because we've got a very nice belt with this lotus element, and we've got the flowers, some interesting cutout elements in there, a lot of detailing around the bottom. Not a super basic dress. I do like it more than the average Genshin dress. But the fact it is like the Genshin dress is a negative. I like her silhouette. It's not crazy or anything, but the hair and like the tassel give just enough. I like the jacket a lot. Cropped jacket. We love a cropped jacket. And the legs, a little plain, but we've got just enough going on that I'm not super upset about it. She's wearing wedges rather than stilettos. That's nice. I think these boots should be taller. They should come up to, like, just below the knee, I think. I also think this pink, I get it's to match her hair, but I think the pink on the dress could stand to be a little bit more saturated. It kind of gets lost against some of the white. Because we've got the white here, and then, like, there's white down here as well. Because the pink is so light and pastel, you lose it a little bit against the white stuff. And it is also kind of that way to facilitate this gradient effect that's present on some of it as well. It's just a little dull. I think it should be a little bit more saturated. And she's got quite a few colors in here, but they do all work together. The jacket is very nice. I like the jacket, the red around here. I like this white to black transition in the dress itself as well. It's good. It's solid. I do also like March's eyes. I think she is a character with nice eyes. This, like, deep pink purple contrasted with the blue. Very nice. The hair ornaments, well, ornament is quite cute. I like that as well. Ties her in with Yanqing a little bit, because he is one of the people that was teaching her when she was going through her training arc. So these bells kind of like connect her to her master a little bit as well, which is nice. Could maybe go a little harder than that, but you don't want to overdo it as well. I think maybe just like a bird motif in here would have been nice to add in, just like a little bird somewhere, since that was Yanqing's main kind of design thing, was the birds on him. I think that would kind of connect in a little bit more as well, but not the end of the world. You know, we've got the little subtle connection as it is. It's a solid, cute dress. More interesting than your average dress. She doesn't look as straight up Genshin to me, but this does edge towards the Genshin side. But it is a very March outfit. Like, very easy to imagine her just picking this outfit out. It's very in her style. It feels like it fits the character very well. And it's just like a solid dress. Really not a whole lot to complain about. Not pushing the look super hard, but also not doing anything crazy. Just a solid overall good look. Doctor Ratio. Now I'm going to try to not let my bias color this because I do hate Doctor Ratio a lot as a character. Now, people like to compare this character to Skara a lot because he has kind of a similar hairstyle and he's got Skara's makeup. So I guess there's that looks a bit like Skara. But then there's everything else about his character, which does not look like Skara at all. But, you know, and like, he's not even the only character in this game with that makeup. So, you know, I think the comparison gets overdone a little bit. Now, I do not like his design because he's doing like an ancient Greek thing, and that is super not my jam. I just do not care for that particularly at all. And he's really going for it. He even sometimes has like the white marble mask thing. Like, not crazy about it. I do like this mask thing on the shoulder here. That's nice. The patterning with the blue and the gold is cool and all. I like this big old gem that he's got on the chest here. And then I just like everything else. Like this half toga. No. These plain blue pants. They're not plain blue. But there's really not much going on with these pants. Don't care for them. There's like no detailing on these half cape parts. There's a bit of a swirly, but nothing crazy. These gauntlets, gloves, they're fine. You know, no major complaints. This is just so white. Like, it's so empty. There's... he feels like a 4-star. he feels like a 4-star. He was a 3 5-star, so I guess that's why. But, like... the laurels, I don't like particularly either, because they're too ancient Greek for me. He looks kind of bulky, at least, which is nice. Right? Like, he looks stronger than Ito does. So that's nice. But, man, this is such an empty design. There's, like, the idea is basically just ancient Greek, and then that's kind of where the idea stops. Which doesn't exactly lend itself to innovation very much. So... he's meant to be super smart and intelligent. Could we maybe make this look a little bit more academic? Like, I feel there must be a way to sort of split the difference between academic and ancient Greek. And I get it, ancient Greek scholar and stuff like that is like the vibe. I get it. But, man... ancient Greek scholar is such a snoozer of a design aesthetic for a character. Can we maybe, like, lean into doctor a little bit? Like, put some scientist kind of design elements in here, or some, like, academy vibes? Just like academia, or scientist something, rather than just ancient Greek. Like, the black shirt he's got underneath is a little bit that way. Like, that's a more modern piece. Sort of like almost a button-up jacket thing he's got going on. But really not enough for me. Everything else just feels so empty. Like, there's so little there's nice detailing along the edge of this, but besides that, there's, like, very little detailing. There's very little patterning. There's very little in the way of accessories. He just feels very empty and hollow, and his shoes are like fucking ugly. I like this mask. You know, I like the thing on his chest and the detailing around this. I hate everything else. I would throw this character in the garbage and start over. I really don't like it. I really don't. He's bad. Mose. So we're obviously going for assassin with this. And I get it with like the hooded rogue. We've got the dagger. The hoods, the long coat, the hardware elements in here. It's not. Chaps are a bit weird. I've never actually noticed that he's wearing chaps until literally this second. Chaps are a bit of a weird design choice. I don't think I would have given him chaps. It's not necessarily bad that he's wearing chaps, but I would not have given him chaps. Just a bit strange. So these are the kind of gloves I love, or gauntlet that I love. Like, these are clawed fingers on this glove. I like that a lot. I think those always look super sick. So this glove, that's great. Awesome. No notes there. I do quite like this feather thing he's got going on the one shoulder. It gives him like a nice silhouette. And it's just a bit of an interesting design piece. Like, not something I would have ever thought to put there. But now that it is there, I'm like, oh, that's nice. They could maybe be a different color. I'm not sure I'm crazy about, like, this shade they've chosen. I think it would, maybe if it was more to, like, the red that he's got sprinkled in here, that would maybe look a little better. This is just, like, a little dark, maybe, compared to everything else. But I do still like it, regardless. We do have a bit of nice patterning in here. Like, I do like this stuff on the shoulders and, like, these things on the coat. But it's a bit plain. Like, this whole chest region, there's really nothing going on in here. More detailing in this region, please. The pants are also quite basic. And these boots, these are some boring boots. Give this boy some taller boots and put, like, hardware on it, right? Like, put, like, kind of this sort of chain sort of thing on, like, the boots. And it's, like, some heavy straps or something. Like, this guy needs some more interesting boots. These boots are boring as fuck. His silhouette is also a bit dull because this, like, garment in the belt thing he's got going on here makes him look very straight up and straight down. The feathers break him up a little bit. But then, like, he's a little straight up and straight down. It's not as bad with, like, Don Hung's jacket, because his waist is visible. So you don't get the full up and down. But I think his silhouette is not great. The tassel back here helps a little bit as well. But, you know, it's mostly it's just the feathers. Otherwise, he's kind of just a guy in a hood. Like, his silhouette is not super interesting. He also doesn't know how to wear his hood properly. We're going to have to dock points for that. It's really just like this chest region is quite dull. The stomach region. More detailing in there, please, would be nice. And taller boots. I do like this belt. This belt's pretty strong as well. And yeah, just... it's not bad. And he's, you know, for... like, the type of character we're going for here, you expect a very set kind of design language, right? Like, assassin, rogue kind of guy. This is the sort of thing you expect to see. So, like, it's fine. It's selling, like, that fantasy. It's not really my fantasy, but for the people that do have that, love that for you, he's definitely selling it, right? Even if it doesn't appeal to me personally so much. Just, like, do something to break this space up a little bit more. Give him some taller boots. Yeah. I do like the red. The red contrasts quite nicely against the bluey purple of the rest of the outfit. I do like that. Could maybe put a little bit more detailing on this as well. Or maybe just like, maybe not detailing, but kind of like a texture. Like, I think if this had like a carbon fiber sort of vibe to it, or maybe just like a slightly different shade of purple, adding like some lines in here, just to break up these big empty spaces a little bit more might be nice. But he's... for the type of character he is, it's fine. You know, I don't know why I did that. We're coming here to Mose for a specific kind of character fantasy, and he does meet that brief. It just doesn't appeal to me particularly. And then, at last, we have Boot Hill. So, Cowboy is not my vibe, but Boot Hill is obviously a pretty unique character for a cowboy. First off, his eye is the best in the game. That's a very fun eye design right there. I like that a lot. And then, like, the two little, like, dots here as well. Like, the streak going across. Like, this eye, that's very fun. I like that. He's got this bullet earring, which is a little try-hard, but he's kind of a try-hard character, so, you know. Very Billy the Kid vibes from ZZZ. Just, rather than trending streetwear, we trended cowboy instead. He's even got almost the same kind of knee thing that Billy had going on. So, I always have to respect the audacity to put abs on a robot character, because that's such a deliberate design choice, right? Like, you're like, I must have this six-pack regardless. And he's committed to the bit, as we can see, you know? I like this arm a lot. This arm is a little dull in comparison, but this arm, with this, like, revolver cylinder in here and everything, this is very cool. I like that a lot. All of these accessories on the jacket, all the medals and everything, very cool. And the hat as well. We've got accessories on the hat. This is a recurring motif he's got. It's also on his UI. Like, this is part of his UI. So, cool. We get a little bit of coordination with his gameplay. I like the pop of red, which we see all the way down the outfit, which, always good, as we've covered before. The lots of, like, hardware in here, obviously. Got a crop jacket. We love a crop jacket. I like the two tones in his hair. The black and white is very nice, with, like, the sort of split, and then turning to black as we get towards the end. This sort of sash that transitions into this sort of poncho in the back is a very novel design choice, because it's like, oh, he doesn't have a poncho, spin him around, oh, he does have a poncho, kind of thing. So that's nice. Kind of interesting spin on a traditional cowboy design element in there, which I like to see. And yeah, I don't really have anything to complain about. Like, I think for Cyborg Space Cowboy, like, that's this, right? Like, they've met the design brief right there. I don't think there's anything I would do to improve it. Like, that's kind of a hole-in-one, right? And his eye, you know, that's very cool. He's got shark teeth as well, which I also very much like. Like, that eye, though, man, that eye, that's such a sick eye. I love that. Is there anything I would do to change the design? I'd maybe put more detail, more of this kind of, like, copper gold in the chest region. Maybe just kind of outline some of these bits in here a little bit. But that's, like, very optional. And it's not like nothing's going on in here, right? With all these, like, scratches and everything. Like, he, you know, he's a character that, you can tell he's a character that fights because he's got battle damage on him, right? So, like, this is fine. Even, like, a bullet hole here. This is all fine. You don't really need to do anything more here. I think I would experiment with, like, a little bit of detailing around in here, though. But Man, that's a sideboard cowboy. There's really not much to complain about. Not my fantasy, but very much selling the fantasy that he's setting out for. Like, that's just what it is. He's the space cowboy, man. He's a galaxy ranger. That's him. Actually, he needs a bigger belt buckle. That's what I'd change. Cowboy, you need a big, chunky belt buckle, and he doesn't have that. That's what I would put on him. Definitely. But, other than that, Boot Hill's a hole-in-one, man. Like, not for me, but love it for the people that it is for. So, that's everybody we've got for today. So, thank you very much for watching. If you did, please do all of the engagement things that YouTube likes. And yeah, that's all I've got for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.